Hello, everybody. It's TitanOnFire. It's been a little bit. I've taken a break. I realized I didn't have the most energy for the last few WTL casts. I was like, all right, you know what? We'll stop because this is a longer series, Special versus Dark. You know, this is a TVZ. And I kind of looked at the general time, 2 games. Okay, I'll take a break. I wasn't really feeling it before. There was a lot of stuff going on. And we're going to be back at it with a bit more energy. Now, I say that with a bit of a grimace because I forgot to record the first time I sat down today. So I may or may not have already done this series. We're doing take 2 though. We're going again. As we're going to start off with the double proxy racks. It's actually a drone scout from Dark. So he is going to be able to see this by getting this down like a watchtower. And the drone scout is interesting. You don't see a lot of players do that. Usually they'll just scout out with their overlords. But Dark here is just saying, hey, I'll play it safe. I want to see what's going on. We should see a few more drones here pulled, and that's actually very nice positioning for the SCV here from Special. Is getting quite low, but he's going to be able to finish up the first barracks, and that's already pretty nice for a proxy that has been scouted. Now the second barracks going up is going to be a little bit more difficult with 4 drones here, but a third SCV has been brought over. Special just commits another one, and even with these 3 drones, I think should be able to finish this barracks. Yeah, Marine is out, and that means that for Special, hey, this is already pretty good. You managed to get a few drones off the line. You're going to have the Marines coming out with the barracks as target. Oh, he's just pulling the line. He's left about 5 drones to mine, and he says, nah, I'm just going to get rid of this. I'm gonna stop this before it even gets started. That Marine should go down. The second Marine popping is also going to fall to a very, very good surround. But, I mean, mind you, behind this, well, yes, this is going to stop the Marine production. Reapers have just been built instead. Mind you, that Dark pulled a lot of drones there. He left 5 on the line. Dark has not been mining a lot, so this is pretty good value for Special. You get that much delayed mining time. You're gonna still be able to get out 2 Reapers onto the map, and then behind this, of course, you can just get yourself into your tech as you would like. It's honestly not that bad for the Terran. As long as you get those barracks up and you can find at least some value with it, you're gonna be fairly happy with your ability to transition out of this. And especially a player like Special, I gotta be careful for that. I've done this series, I think, almost 3 times, and I've not caught that that's a thing that you can say. But Special does have his natural command center already on the way, and the factory as well. He's going to be able to catch the rest of the Lings, and so it's just going to be not that bad for Special. As I said, this is perfectly fine for the Terran, and I think that as you're looking at transition this, it should be kind of similar to a 2-1-1 here for the Terran. He's going to get the reactor and the tech lab onto the barracks, and back at home for the Zerg, we're just going to have to see what the game plan is going to be. Of course, from this point, everything is kind of delayed. With the drones pulled, with the double proxy racks, you're not looking at these builds being exactly the same as you would expect from a regular game. That's going to be a drone snipe, actually, from Special. Can't get the other one. A very, very good morph there from Dark. Ooh, nice Reaper trick. And I think, yeah, Special's just going to get both these out. Does manage to see the gas timing, though, which is pretty big. Knows that gas didn't go down in the main, and also didn't see speed. Researching. Oh, nice grab on that creep tumor. But seeing that means that, hey, there's no speed. What's going on? There has to be something else. Oh, the Hellions even gonna get another creep tumor. That's a lot of value out of those early units. Of course, the Hellion going down is a bit unfortunate, but the fact that you see the creep tumor, you get to die, especially those 2 creep tumors very early on. Oh no, the Reapers get in. Uh-oh, Dark, you're gonna lose another drone, and that's gonna be the Roach Warren scouted. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily an aggressive Roach Warren. Mind you, it went down around 4 minutes, but that's a Roach Warren without Zergling speed. This is a Roach Warren that's going to be committed to all of Dark's unit production. It's going to be these roaches, and Special just sees it. Denies 2 creep tumors, gets 2 drones, scouts the Roach Warren. Special just puts down his 3rd command center, says, listen, I have 3 racks right now. I don't think there's really going to be any threat to me. And the 3rd hatchery for Dark is severely delayed. Even in the terms of this game, this is Dark, who already was at 44 workers, had a pretty decent economy to take that 3rd a bit sooner than he did. but it's going to be very late. And so you're looking at Special right now is actually going to be only 5 workers behind. And this is honestly a very, very good position for the Terran. You're playing into a Roach composition. You're going to have 3 racks pressure with, I mean, Stim is done. You have Combat Shields and +1 on the way. Medivacs will soon be out, though, so you're going to have a double drop that's going to be out on the map very, very shortly. And, of course, Roaches, they do well against small clumps of bio. The Roaches can trade very, very well, especially when you're at a supply lead and you can split off more Roaches than there is bio. Those trades usually go your way. But I don't know if Dark is necessarily going to have enough to really convincingly shut down the pressure of Special. We are going to see the small group of Marines, Medivacs, are joining them very, very shortly. And we're just going to see the scan, snipe on the 2 active creep tumors, and yeah, Special just going to get out of dodge. Doesn't want to stick around for too long with the Queens also there. It's just going to reposition these units as Liberator's on the way. 3rd command center is going to be landed on location. And overall, this game is going to start to look pretty good for the Terran. Again, going to stim on forward here. Doesn't actually have a scan, but just going to snipe down a Ravager there. Immediately picks up and goes towards the main. Queen and a few lings. Enough to deter it as Special just trying to find what value you can. Dark, nice positioning there with the lings actually at the top of, or at kind of the main, just to deny the drop to get a little bit of damage onto Marines. Of course, they don't have speed still. That's not an upgrade that Dark is going to be working towards. Instead, it's going to be Burrow and Tunneling Claws. So really just not going to be worrying about any other units. This is a purely Roach composition. And the ability for Dark to get across the map is going to be the Tunneling Claws. That's going to be his counterattack option. That's really going to, that's what everything is going to hinge on here. So the scan is going to go down, and once again, more active creep tumors are going to fall, and ooh, Special just stimming forward. He's going to snipe a few Roaches, gets a Ravager as well. And a few Marines do end up going down. But hey, sniping Ravagers, getting rid of Roaches, you're working with, I mean, +1 Marines. They do shred through the health points of this Roach Ravager very, very quickly, and that's just what we saw there. As once again, kind of checking into that worker count. Still 5 drones ahead. No longer 3 even. It's no drones ahead. Special is actually drawn even on workers at this point in the game. Is of course keeping up pressure here with these few medivacs, but has his 1-1 finishing up. Armory as well, so he can start on his +2. And Dark does have, I mean, a 25 supply lead. Also has an infestation pit on the way, but the 4th hatchery is I would say slower, you know, and Dark naturally is a low drone count player. Dark is a player who will play around 60 drones oftentimes, and he doesn't have a problem. Is that a scan? Oh no, Dark! Oh, that hurts so much as tries to find the Tunneling Claw Roaches across the map. They just get shut down. And that's a lot of supply gone that wasn't even traded out for bio from Special. That was just a straight up, a lot of it was sniped. And now we're going to see these Marine Marauders stim on in, and they're just going to take the fight. Because why not? It's 1-1 Marines. You don't have any upgrades on this Roach Ravager. All of the Roaches are going to fall. This isn't even Special's whole army. And he's trading out for so much of the Zerg supply. And with just Marines and Marauders that you're losing, Special is so happy with that trade. +2 infantry weapons on the way, +1 vehicle weapons as well. Liberators in production, and is now going to bring the tanks over here for this push. And you're looking at an army supply difference of less than 10 for the Zerg. As how does he see that? How does Special see that? No, that's not okay. That's not allowed. As the 4th base is going to be under fire, and for Dark, this is a 4th base that you very much need to hold. Doesn't have any investors out on the map, but this tank position is going to stop his Roaches from really pushing forward, and that's just going to be the 4th killed. As once again, Dark taking this trade. Should see an SCV put back on that command center. I think that was denied by the initial tunneling Roaches that did not get picked off by Special, and so I don't know if you guys could hear that motorcycle going down the road. I have my windows open. It's very cold today, and so I'm enjoying not having to have the AC on. As more Marine Marauder is being brought over. Dark has, I mean, has this angle set up, but a double drop is going to be split off and sent towards the main. At the same time, you're looking at a Zerg that has not replanted their 4th base, and there's a 4th command center already on the way. Infestors are here, but guess what? The Ghost Academy just finished. You're gonna already have Ghosts available for a special. I mean, 10 minutes into this game, this is just such a solid play from the Terran. Double drop, gonna find its way now into the main base, focuses down the Spore Crawler so the medevacs won't go down. Just picks up and is gonna, I mean, I imagine that special is just gonna leave this here as a threat across the map. He's gonna see those Marines. Has, I mean, a decent amount of creep here that is actually pushed forward on the left side of the map. He's just gonna walk forward. Dark's just gonna go for it. Corrosive Vials should be able to snipe at least 2 tanks, but here comes the punish from the Marine Marauder, as I'm not sure why Dark thought that he had the room to try and push that forward. Of course, the Fungal Growth will try and punish a little bit, but I mean, Special had full knowledge that Dark had his units on that side of the map. He wasn't gonna really push forward. And again, interestingly enough, Dark right now only has creep on the left side of the map. Special, because he's been pushing the right side, there's no creep there, and there's no real vision for Dark, as once again, Marines are gonna stim on into this 4th base. Should not snipe it. It's actually a very nice Fungal Growth. I don't think there's one quite to chain it, so not going to be able to clean up that entire drop, but a singular Roach here is actually going to be able to pretty much shut down this drop. Medevac gets sniped, and that's going to be cleaned up. But now, look at this Special. He's just going to walk across the map, and there's nothing that Dark can really do to stop it before it's already at the 4th, because there's just no vision on that side of the map. But it's just going to be a counterattack from Dark. He says, listen, who needs to defend when I can just try and kill you across the map? It's a lot of Lings and Roaches. I don't think it's as many as you would ideally like to be pushing with, as a lot of the bio has been brought back just to deal with this. Only 7 SCVs go down, though. And you're going to see all the Roaches cleaned up, all of the Lings. The 4th goes down once again for Dark. That is the 2nd time that it has been killed. That's 600 minerals already lost just from that. As Special is now ahead 30 supply. It's a nice play here. Dark is going to try and clean up the tanks. Talonfall Roaches, burrow on in. You be able to clean it up without losing too much, and then also Fungal Growth at the front. But mind you, again, that was, I mean, what, half of Special's army? He's just going to stim down. And once again, the 4th is not going to be allowed to go up. That's a kill? Oh, Dark. Oh, Dark. That's not what was supposed to happen there. As that is the 3rd time now that we have seen the 4th hatchery killed. Lurker Den is finishing up, but at this point in the game, I don't even know if Lurkers are really going to be enough for Dark to fight back. And again, Dark, he's great on a low economy. Dark is one of the best comeback Zergs in the world, if not the best. He's the best at fighting from a disadvantage. But it just feels like this is not a disadvantage that he's going to be able to fight back from, as that Fungal Growth is going to be good here to start. As Dark is pushing that forward, there's a drop here at the 3rd, but I think ideally what's happening at the front, because it looks like Dark there, not taking the best trade, is going to lose quite a few Roaches. Wasn't able to find the Fungal Growth that he wanted, and this drop is actually finding a lot of damage. Dark, and he's going to have to bring a lot more over just to deal with it. His whole army, in fact, is going to be brought over, so that means that once again, the 4th is going to have to be canceled. This time it will be canceled. Did the 3rd? Oh, the 3rd went down! What? Dark brought over his whole army just to deal with that, and still he loses 2 hatcheries, as that is the 4th time the 4th has been canceled. The 3rd falls, and Dark is in a world of trouble. Fungal Growth is only going to catch a few of these units. Siege Tanks are in a great position. Dark, though, might be able to clean this up for good Fungal Growths. But mind you, this is Dark's whole army, and there's more bio coming across the map. It's a 5-base special. It is a 80 worker Terran to the 65 of the Zerg. The Lurkers are going to get spotted, and there are ghosts already on the map. Tanks are going to be sieged, snipes are going to go down, and I think that is just going to be game, as Special is going to push it forward. GG! Special takes game 1. Game 2. Top left-hand corner, it is special. And in the bottom left, it's dark. Oh no, it's dark. As we are on to not Golden Wall. What? Huh? I mean, Golden Wall is in the GSL map. This is not Golden Wall. No, it's Pride of Altaris. It is a golden map, as kind of tends to be the way it goes with Protoss alloys. They really like their gold. Anyway, this, of course, is Dark's map pick, and the way that the WTL works, for those of you that don't know, is that lineups are made. So 3 players are lined up in a random order from each of the teams. They are then revealed to each other, so you know who you're playing, and then it's revealed what the first map is going to be. It's randomly selected for each of those games, and so you don't really know as. I'm sorry, I just saw Dark in his little camera go from a very inquisitive thinking face, just straight up. And I know that it was lag, but I like to think that Dark is a robot, and we just saw like him glitch out as he lost the first game, and Dark is like, I need to reboot my system, and goes straight back up and is now in killer mode, ready to play this game. But yeah. After the first map, it is loser picks. I believe it is losers picks. So Dark takes Pride of Altaris. Of course, it's a map that's it's good against Terran, I'll say. I think I talked about kind of the disadvantages that Terran have on this map, and it's the reason why you see them ban this and usually Glittering Ashes. I talked about that. I think it was in the Gumiho Zest series. Oh man, yeah, that was a while ago. As I kind of mentioned earlier, I split up this series from the others because it was a longer series. The TVZs just generally tend to be longer, and I kind of looked at the length and I was like, okay, it's gonna be a bit longer than the other games. I mean, we had that 14-minute game 1, and now we're on to Glittering Ashes, and of course on Glittering Ashes, what is up with me today? Pride of Altaris, there we go. These games can go longer, and so I split them up. And I ended up taking quite a break because I realized that I did not. The first, the Team NV Shopify series, I did not cast that well, to be completely honest. It was pretty rough, and I remember I was looking back on it. I think I did, what was it? The Scarlet Creator series. I didn't realize when I cast this, but Scarlet's on fire. It's like Scarlet is one of the main reasons right now why Shopify is 5-1 or 6-1 actually. They're tied right up there with Alpha X at 6-1. Alpha X did manage to beat SSLT, which was a lot easier of a match than Team NV. But the Scarlet is one of the main reasons why Shopify is doing so well in the WTL. Like, she's consistently going out there and beating just the top level Korean players every single week. She is playing insane, and I hadn't quite done my research for that series. Again, the reason why I don't think it was the best. And hopefully this Sidestorm DPG series is better. But I have a point. I'm going to tie this back in. Bear with me. She's one of the main reasons why they're 6-1. Of course, Alpha X, I think, also fairly well-rounded, sitting at that 6-1 as well. And now DPG, another team that is 5-1. In the World Team League, looking to go 6-1. And we're going to need to see Dark win, of course, this game in order to bring it to a tiebreaker, mind you. It needs to go to a tiebreaker for Dragon Phoenix Gaming to have that chance. And honestly, with how Special played out that game 1, I could see him getting the 2-0. Like, that was really solid play from Special. Sure, there were a few times when Dark managed to get the jump on him, but Special played it very, very well, and he managed to push his advantages and just find a slow and steady increase in his lead throughout the course of that game. And it just led to him eventually running over Dark there at the end. And so, when we're on a map like Pride of Altaris, of course it's going to play a little bit differently. You're not going to have the proxy double racks, you're not going to have the drones being pulled by Dark. So it's going to look quite a bit different. And really the main difference that we're seeing here is this is actually going to be a 2-1-1 opening. So this is the drop that hits at 5 minutes. Of course, it does look like Dark went for about a 345 Roach Warren, I think, because he got these roaches out in time at 5 minutes. And so usually, again, if you're going for a more standard later Roach Warren. It's going to be around 4 minutes, a little bit after 4 minutes, around 4 minutes, 20 seconds. And so Dark has actually gone for one a lot sooner. Again, he's skipped out on the Zergling speed, gone for a 345 Roach Warren. This means that he has these roaches to deal with this double drop. It just seems to be the style that that Dark prefers. He's the Roach King. His name is Dark, and you will respect his name. Is that a... That's a battlecruiser. I was not paying attention. That's a battlecruiser. Was there also a second... There's a second starport. Oh my. Double... What? Okay. Oh, Special. What is this? Double starport battlecruiser on the way from Special? I guess, hey. Are you playing a map where you can't get across it easily with your bio and your tanks to make a push? Well, don't worry, because on maps like that, there's one simple solution, and it's the double battlecruiser. Oh, and it just got scouted. Oh, no. Uh-oh, that's not what Special wanted. Overseer finds his way on in, is going to scout out the battlecruisers. And of course, Dark should be able to realize that it is battlecruisers, and the only reason is, if this was double Banshee, you would see Hyperflight Rotors, and that's actually a build that Special has done. He's done double Banshee, usually with mech, but he's done it with bio as well, and usually you're getting Hyperflight Rotors, and so you would see that upgrade still researching about the timing that Dark went in there. And so that's just a nice little kind of thing that Dark keeps in mind, throws down the Spire, and also has the additional Spore Crawlers here as Reaper finds its way on in. Special, oh! He just says, I'm going to go for it. Battlecruisers are here, 2 of them at a time. As 2 more are going to be put into production tab immediately, we're going to see 1 Queen snipe. The Spore Crawler is repositioned. Another Queen is going to go down. The Roaches are in the middle of the map, and the double drop is here, as that should be the Spire being canceled. I mean, there's not a lot of energy here on the Queens. 1 more is going to go down. The Roaches are going to start to fall to the Battlecruisers. Another Queen falls. And honestly, getting the Queens here is decent value for Special. But mind you, you do have to get a little bit more than just the Queens, because you're investing so much as the Terran. You know, that deal that you saw on TV for the double battlecruisers, yeah, sure, that was $14.99 for 2 battlecruisers. Very, very good bundle. But mind you, that's still an investment, and you need to find value for the units that you've now invested in. And so for Special, he gets a few Queens. It's all right so far. You're keeping, you know, the Zerg back. The Roaches aren't going to be able to go across the map and find any damage. That 3rd base should be put on location. And now with the Yamato Cannon, you're going to get a few more Queen snipes. Should go for the high energy Queens. They are going to go down. These BCs are quite low. As, oh, the 3rd battlecruiser just going on in. Yeah, Special's, yeah, he's just going balls to the walls. He doesn't care. Another Queen is going to go down. Now, Dark has done a good job keeping on the Queen production. These battlecruisers are low, so Special has to be careful. This 1 battlecruiser has his teleport available. But you're pushing forward. 4th battlecruiser, tactical jump on into the 3rd command center. Mind you, hasn't been landed behind this. There are still Roaches there that are stopping it. Battlecruiser is gonna fall, and there are also 8 Corruptors on the way. Oh, Special. If he overstays his welcome here, that might start to look very, very bad. That Queen is gonna survive. The rest aren't gonna go down. The Corruptors are out. Only one of these battlecruisers has tactical jump to get away, and that means that you're gonna lose a total of 4,000, 1,200 minerals and 900 gas in those battlecruisers, and I don't know if you found that much value with them. I mean, what, you killed 8 Queens, maybe 6 Queens, but even with that, you've only got about 800 resources worth of damage, and the 3rd base was severely delayed. Dark actually kept his Roaches on that low ground. Special didn't push it for the longest time because he was busy at the front, and so the economy here for Special, sure, he has 73 workers. He has not stopped producing SCVs that is made in his natural this whole time, but it is very, very delayed. And so Special is going to have to be careful here. Sure, you found damage, but was it enough? I think that's arguable. You know, you bought the infomercial. Have you really used it? I don't know, Janice. You know, you got yourself that little kitchen tool that told you that you'd be able to, you know, it would just cut the chicken and cook it at the same time. And now you have salmonella, potentially. But you're not quite sure, as we're going to see Special push here. I mean, he's going to creep the creep, doesn't actually get the active creep tumors, and this is not that large of an army. Dark actually has a much larger army, as Special's just stimming on him. What? That is An insane move if I've ever seen one. The Queens are here, Roach Ravager is here, Medivacs are gonna go down, the tank is gonna fall, and sure, it's getting a lot of value, but Special is losing absolutely everything. And he absolutely has Salmonella from that 2-in-1 knife. As, I mean, maybe Special was still in a good position before that. He was even on supply, but with that move, I mean, pushing across the map there might have just thrown that entire lead away that Special had. I mean, he's still up in workers. And that's the crazy thing. Special's still up in workers, but that also means that he's down 50 army supply. If Dark just walked across the map right now, I'm pretty sure he could just kill Special. But he's going to play it safe. Dark doesn't know that, of course. He's still poking around with these Corruptors. That Battlecruiser is going to look to find a little bit of harassment damage. I mean, Special right now, you need a fourth, you need additional barracks. Is getting 2 tanks at a time, but I don't think these tanks actually really have upgrades. He's going to stem on back. Getting some good trades there against the Zerglings of his opponent. Ooh, but you're going to lose, once again, another Medivac here to these Corruptors. And the Battlecruiser, it is going to find some harassment damage. I mean, you get 2 drones here, but the Spurs do a lot of damage to it. So what, you're going to get 4 drones, you have to tactical jump away. Overall, it's not a ton of damage. I don't even know if Special necessarily needs harassment damage right now. Again, he's up in the economy. Of course, it's nice to find that. But right now, I think Special really needs to just rebuild his army and get back into a good position, because that's a greater Spire on the way. I don't think Special has a Ghost Academy. I have not seen a Ghost Academy in that production tab. And that's a bit of an oversight. I mean, sure, it's Ling Bane. You know, it's Ling Bane, Roach Ravager that you're dealing with. You don't necessarily want Ghosts against that. But you have 2-2 on the way. And even regardless of the army composition, this is when you'd want to get Ghosts. This is about the timing when Ghosts are pretty good, as, ooh, it looks like Dark is going to go for this. Where's the rest of the army? This is not Special's whole army. The 3 tanks here are just a little bit exposed. They're going to get Corrosive Bile down. 2 of them were in range. That one set of Biles were able to deal with it. Special will push Dark back. But Dark right now is working on +3 Carapace, +2 melee, Adrenal Glands. If Dark is across the map, it is a bad thing for the Terran, as the Zerg is right now sitting at, I believe, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hatcheries, 6 bases. Dark is in a wonderful position now, and I really can't help but feel like it all kind of stems back to that initial throw by Special, walking his army across the map. That's a situation where maybe you just send out a double drop. You clear up creep. I think that's the much more pressing concern, but Special felt like maybe he had something there, as this push not going to be the best there for Dark. Still is just going to get on out, though. Doesn't really take that much damage as, ooh, Zergling run by. The door is open. Dark's going to find his way on in. And these Lings so far not getting the most damage, but Adrenal Glands is done. And so just a few Lings in a mineral line can absolutely stack up that damage. It's also Dark going to push the front. He's going to try and snipe the tank. Corrosive Bile's going down. Tanks are not going to fall, but look what's happening behind it. 25 SCVs are going to fall to those Adrenal Gland Lings, as now we have 8 Broodlords on the map, and Special is down to 144 supply. Dark has played this game out, I mean, to the plan that he wanted to, even with the hijinks that Special tried to put on. It just does not feel like it's going to be enough. There's no anti-air options aside from Marines, and even then there's not a lot of Marines. You have more Marauders than you do Marines. And Special's going to push this. Corrosive Biles go down. They don't actually manage to snipe the tanks, but doesn't matter if you just have the Broodlords. The Battlecruiser will snipe one, but that is going to be it, as Dark is going to push this to a win. We're going to get tied up. It's going to 3-3. We're on to an ace match.